Hello and welcome everybody to today's video. Welcome to the Vee Academy. My name is Crumbrion, Professor Crumbrion, if you would. And today we're going to be taking a look at a wonderful game that we played on Pokemon Trading Card Game Live, and be happy to get your reactions to it. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. If you want to follow me and watch games in real time, check me out on twitch.tv/Crumbrion. For now, let's go check out the game. Thanks for watching.
3, 2, 1, go!
I'm like, so the Switch 2 is something like I'm never going to go out and buy for myself. I'm never going to go out and buy a Switch 2. But if I ever got it as a gift, like that would be like the best gift ever, I think. You know, like that's what gifts should be, honestly. It's shit that like you would never really buy yourself, but you really want. It's like, as much as I like my Switch, I never use it, and I enjoy it, and I enjoy the games on it. But I don't play handheld stuff, so it's not super big value for me. And you get to play all the cool stuff now. You get to play like Donkey Kong and all that stuff. Let's go. I'm playing like better frame rates for Pokemon now. Yeah, this is kind of the start that you want with this build. Is you don't have to, like, you can go either way here. So we're playing against Charizard, so we want to have the item lock. So we're going up against Charizard Dragapult, so item lock here is probably more beneficial. We can slowly get out Gardevoir. We also have Rare Candy too, in case we chance upon a Ralts. $120 in store credit. GameStop, you ordered Donkey Kong Bonanza. Let's fucking go. They've decided to go for it. So this is probably the best situation for us, honestly. We don't have a Poffin or a way to get 2 Ralts down, so Evo is like not exactly great for us. But we can item lock them and stop them from getting Dragapult and Charizard out right away. Pretty good. Mew is not terrible. I think we do... Yeah, we do this for now. We have 1 Jellicent prized. We have our full Guardy line. We can also pivot into TM Evo if we need to, right? So yeah, we have our full Guardy line, which is cool. We have your box available to us as well, and everything else is just chilling. We have some of our energy prized, 2 psychic energy prized. Good to know. Good to know. But if we top deck Guardy, kind of cooking. Not bad, TBH. Kind of the start that we wanted a little bit here. I mean, they're going to get Dragapult out, unfortunately, soon, but... Which 2 players can... Hello, Dread Sasha. Hope everyone's having a good day. Pretty good so far. Switch 2 players can play Switch 1 players on Pokemon. Hey, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Iono's massive. Like, we lose the Rare Candy, but whatever. That's huge. Very good news for us. We do get a... Oh my god, we do get a Gardevoir out immediately. Holy shit, okay. That is fucking huge. That's not bad at all. And they're gonna bring out the other Dreepy. All right, you know, they want to protect that one for some reason? Right. Sure. I mean, we're in a very fucking good spot now. You're in an incredibly good spot now. Do we go Secret Box here? I think we do, actually. Secret Box, and we go Team Evo because we won't need it now. Probably just get rid of Evo, actually. Go Iono for a following turn, go Rare Candy for Gardevoir, we go Charmin Mesagoza just to thin the deck out here. Go Rare Candy Guardy. Energy on Monkey. Bravery Charm on Mew. That up. Cool. We're chilling. We don't need to put a stadium down right now. We can wait. We just need Clefairy out of the deck now, and we're kind of cooking. I could have put the 10 damage on Charmander. I mean, we could just do that anytime, actually. Yeah, there's Charmeleon. We probably need to get Screamtail down now. Make sure that we take Charmeleon out of action. We don't care if they get Dragapult up, because that will actually help us more than it'll help them. We have Artisan in hand, so we can get Screamtail down. Very likely get knocked out, which is fine. Because then it'll open up a spot for Clefairy too. Pretty good. Pretty good position, actually. Can't really do much here. Earthen Vessel is nice. Get out. I think we leave the dark in there for now. We just want the last psychic out, basically. This will give them access to getting Charmanders down, which is not exceptionally good for us, but it's also not bad, so. Alright, so Earthen Vessel's not super needed right now, but Kirlia would be very nice to have here, so. We'll get Monkey in the discard pile for later. We'll get Kirlia evolved here so that we have a second Guardy going. We just take out the Charmeleon here. We're going to do 40 because if they get a Monkey, they can move over 30. We don't want to give them too many knockout potential here. They're going to be able to use items this turn. That's fine. Go Charmander, or Charmeleon. Take out the Charizard potential. If they bring out a Dragapult here and they bench more Charmanders, we can just continually take out Charmander. We can prevent them becoming Charizards with Frillish as well, so it doesn't really matter if they knock out Screamtail here. We're not super worried about it. There's the Monkey, yep. I assume that was going to be happening. If they attach there, that means they're not attacking with either of these, which is good. Works out for me. And that was an Artisan too, so. Okay, so they're only getting down one Charmander. They're bench locking themselves with one Charmander here. That actually works out perfectly for me, honestly. This is the board state we'd like to see, honestly, all told. We like to see this. Because it means like, so number one, they're not attacking with Dragapult this turn unless they're attacking with Jet Headbutt. They can push over Monkey damage, which doesn't matter to me. If they do have a Dragapult, we can just use their move next turn, and we can get use Nest Ball. I mean, we still have an Ultra Ball, and we have a Nest Ball to get Clefairy down. We're basically chilling at this point. We could take out both Cloaks with energy on them. I mean, they could just get Neo Upper, I guess, or Crystal. I wonder if this deck runs Crystal. Yeah, it's GG's. It was such a heavy board save for us. Like, there is no really coming back from that. Preventing them from getting set up, though, like this, okay, I'm getting more and more sold on this, honestly. So, Charizard is a big problem for Gardevoir, obviously. But the problem here is, so, like, they go first, we go second. Because we have Balloon, we get to retreat into the Frillish without using any energy attach for turns, so then we just Earthen Vessel for energies, get more energies in the discard pile. We get our board state set up here. Oh, we did use Nest Ball. That was to get Ralts down, right? Yeah, so we did use Nest Ball. We'd have to use Ultra, but it's fine. But we attach energy to Frillish. We get Frillish to item lock them this turn. That means they can't Buddy Poffin, right? So they can only get a single Charmander down. They got their Dracloak evolved, which is fine. Like, it slows their pacing down immensely. They can't Rare Candy into Dragapult. They can't Rare Candy into Charizard. So they are slowed down immensely here. They can't really do a whole lot. All they can do is just retreat, get Dreepy in the active for Petty Grudge. That allows me to go ahead and just grab Secret Box, which allows me to get Rare Candy Gardevoir this turn. This was kind of a bonkers turn. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this was very heavily weighted in my favor. The opening hand we took here, they took a mulligan on that. We drew a Psychic Energy off of it, which was huge. Not really wouldn't have changed our play here, because I think we top decked an Arven off of that as well. Or we got something off. We got the Arven off of something. Restart gave us Nest Ball. Arven was... Did we just have Arven in hand? We must have. We must have. Not sure where I got the Arven from, but we had Arven. I don't remember anyways, but we discard the energy. We get lots of energy in the discard pile right away, which is like crazy. We basically had full setup right away here. Or did they Iono us? I think they Ionoed us. And that's where we got the Arven from. We Ultra Ball, got Frillish, we got the 2 energies down, just had the energy held back. Yep. Okay. Yeah, we did actually. We had 2 cards left. We had Rare Candy, we had something else. And then they Ionoed us into Arven the following turn. That's what happened. Yeah, Rare Candy TM Evo. And then they like basically just Arvened us into Secret Box. We get Secret Box, we get a bunch more energy in the discard pile, we get TM Evo because it doesn't matter anymore. We discard the 2 energy with TM Evo, get Rare Candy. Instantly get Gardevoir on the field. Get another Ralts down. That was a big turn for us, honestly. That was huge. Yeah, Secret Box. Like, I mean, this was a busted play, honestly. Like, there's nothing that they can do from this point. Like, this is just so fully set up, and we've delayed them. Not only that, so like they had to spend a turn putting down a Charmeleon, right? Because they can't Rare Candy into Charizard. So all we have to do is item lock them here for another turn. So we hit them with 20 for another item lock here. Now we have Monkey for Adrenabrain as well. Like, we're just Adrenabraining stuff all over no matter what. And then they evolve to Charmeleon this turn. They can't really do anything else because they can't Rare Candy into anything. They didn't have Dragapult set up yet at this point. They didn't even have an energy attached this turn. That's brutal. Recon Directive twice. Played Dreepy to the bench and then didn't do anything. Ended the turn. No point in putting damage down because it's just going to come right back at you with Monkey. And then we Earthen Vessel, we discard Mesa Goza because we're not going to give them a chance to search for Pokemon that are meaningful for them. We put down Artisan. Artisan's going to give us Screamtail because now we can go after the Charmeleon. Ultra Ball, we can get Monkey back. We know that all of our energies in the discard pile or in play. 2 energies are prized, so Earthen Vessel has no value right now. Toss away Ultra Ball. We grab the Kirlia because now we can have Kirlia evolve. We have Gardevoir in hand. We'll have double Gardevoirs. We attach an energy to Frillish to retreat it to get the 3 energy retreat cost. after we Psychic Embrace one time so that we can just get the full damage off of Frillish. Get the rest of the energies in the discard pile off of that as well. We're not playing Monkey, so the Dark Energy wasn't a meaningful attach this turn. Screamtail in the active. Get Screamtail into range. We Adrenabrain the 20 damage off of Frillish to clean up all the damage on our side over to Charmeleon. For the knockout, and then they just don't have a Charizard the entire game. Way that goes. I mean, this is an unfortunate situation for them. They could use items on this turn, but instead they Artisan for Munkidori, and then they attach Illuminous to Munkidori, which means they're not getting a knockout with they're not getting a knockout with Dragapult, or a double knockout here. And like if they counter caught up something and then Phantom Dive, they could have knocked out 2 Pokemon, but they get no double knockout here. They don't even get 1 knockout because they're just evolving to Dracloak. They've attached to Munkidori, so they only have Jet Headbutt if they evolve to Dragapult. They can only take out Screamtail. They flip the script, which means putting down Pheasantipity here puts them down to only 1 Charmander slot, and if there's only 1 Charmander slot, all we have to do is, if we lose Screamtail this turn, all we have to do is put up, we just put up Jellicent, item lock for another turn, wait until we can get Screamtail back, and then Screamtail takes out Charmander one more time. So yeah, pretty brutal chance for them. Dread Sasha, thank you so much for that follow, appreciate it. Yeah, pretty brutal. I'm not going to say that was a playable game for my opponent. We kind of made it unplayable for them. But also my opponent benching everything that they did kind of pigeonholed them into being a Dragapult deck, instead of splitting it between Dragapult and Charizard, so I'll take it. You have nothing that blocks it currently? Mimikyu is your answer? Mimikyu is the best answer, yes. Sylveon would also block it. That Sylveon I showed you. Any Pokemon with Safeguard would block Pokemon EX. And it would give you an easy pivot if you're going into something like that, but you've already committed an EV to your board. You could evolve to that one. You have Ethan Sudowoodo for the block attack. You have Retreat. Yeah, no problem, Sasha. Take a look at it. Mostly for the Gardevoir matchup. That makes sense. All right, so this is a bit spooky here. We don't know what we're up against, if Frillish is going to be useful here, but it is, because we're up against a Chien-Pao. Not allowing them to get an Arctibax, or not allowing them to get a Baxcalibur is pretty solid in this matchup right here. Boss Mew and impound them. Since they resist the attack, you do no damage. Yeah, you just stall them out. Pretty solid. Okay, so it is a good deck to item lock here, because they're going to be going Terra Greninja, which is an excellent matchup for us. Very, very good matchup for us. We don't really care that much about Terra Greninja. Because it is weak to Psychic. The only thing that's a bit spooky is if it will take out all of our Pokemon. Like all of our Ralts before we can get our Kirlias out. We have 1 Gardevoir prized, which is a bit spooky, but we do have Mew. We do have Mimikyu. So we're in relatively okay shape at this point. And that's a pretty darn good hand. We'll get another energy down. We're going to do this because we have 1 more Psychic. We can use the Earthen Vessel next turn to get rid of another Psychic and grab another Dark. We might get Ionoed this turn. We'll see, but I expect this is going to be a Team Evo this turn. Would expect that. Jellyguardy is also a pretty bad matchup for you. Yeah, I'm not using Jellicent in this list. I am strictly only using Frillish. Yeah, I figured we were getting Ionoed, which is fine, but we get another energy in the discard pile, which is good. We get potential here for, so we do get Kirlia down, we get potential for Rare Candy GRI off of this research. We do get Dark Energy down here as well, which is nice. Pretty solid opening here though, so they're going to collect, so they cannot Rare Candy here. So we're locking them out of Rare Candy, which is great. We do get another Psychic Energy in the discard pile. Kirlia is going to go down. We do lose a counter catcher here. I don't like the idea of losing Artisan. But honestly, it is not really that bad. You know what? I don't want to, but I have to. I don't want to, but I have to. Don't like it. We'll take a look here. Is there anything else that we want to put down right now? Not really. I don't think, right? They're not in a position to do anything about this at the moment, so they're not in a position where they can get that out. Okay, so we do have Gardevoir. That's good. We do have the Night Stretcher for the second Munkidori, for the second Dark Energy for Munkidori as well. So we're going to keep our last bench slot open. If they don't evolve Friggy this turn, we can knock out Friggy next turn. And then we can Artisan for Screamtail to take out one of the Froakies if we want to. Or we can just start cycling Frillish, which might be the option. We can cycle Frillish. Hello, Isla. How are you doing? That's fine. If they're going to use that for draw, that's fine. It actually gives me a target for 60 damage to go onto. Easily. Another dark. We have 6 psychic energy down. Yeah, we're chilling. What I think I want to do here is we want to cycle the Frillish through. We're actually not going to research this hand. So what we do here, this is the idea behind the double Frillish lock, is now that we have double Monkey, we can push over 60 damage at a time. And because Frillish has a 3 retreat cost, we put those 3 energy back and we constantly have a cycle of 60 damage every time. Arven's pretty good here. I might want to... no, we know that our second Gardevoir is prized, so there's no point in Ultra Balling here. Gonna Storm for you, Modest. We had a huge storm over the weekend. Fucking massive. So they're stuck here in the fact, yeah, they can't do anything here. We just infinitely item lock them. We retreat, do 60 more, item lock, item lock, item lock, item lock, and that is brutal, brutal, brutal. Again, so this is another interesting matchup here because if I don't have item lock against this deck, we probably have a very tough time. There is a match, if you guys are watching this later, there's a match I have up on YouTube that literally was against this deck, and we did not have... I don't think we had the item lock in the deck yet, but we actually beat the deck without having Gardevoir out, because every time we would get close to getting a Gardevoir, they would use Greninja to wipe our Ralts and Kirlia off the board. We get Ralts back, they'd wipe the Ralts and Kirlia off the board every single time, and then they would item lock us. It was really bad. Like, it was really bad, but we ended up winning that one just off of our Munkidoris alone. This one, they didn't even get a chance to get anything set up because we had Frillish and we had Oceanic Gloom. So this is an interesting one. So, I mean, obviously starting with Frillish in the active slot, we don't have to worry about looking for Balloon, which I don't even know if we had in the deck. We didn't even see it. But Monkey to the bench is always nice because you can just get that Monkey set up and going depending on what deck you're playing. But we know that we want to item lock them because they're playing either Chen Pao or they're playing the Terra Greninja that we're playing here. But they show us they're playing the Greninja, they're playing Froakie to the bench. So we end up getting a Ralts down that was really nice. Getting the Nest Ball off the top deck, getting a Ralts down was nice. Earthen Vessel, we were getting a Ralts down either way because we had Ultra Ball anyways, but energy down because we're going to keep 1 energy for the attack. Ultra Ball 2 psychic away goes on to get the Ralts, get another Ralts down. So we're setting up double Ralts. We get to play Iono here. We just had the Iono left. I think that was it. It was like a full value Iono too, which is kind of wild. So they shuffle their deck. Not really going to matter much what happens to their hand, because we're going to item lock them, and they're a deck that relies a lot on items. So we get Munkidori, which is awesome. We get Gardevoir, which is great. Because if we just chance upon like a rare candy or something, cool. But we're gonna set up our hand here so that we can have a better next turn as well. So we're gonna use one of the earthen vessels to grab a psychic and a dark. So just another psychic energy in the discard pile. We get a dark energy and a psychic for the next turn. We're anticipating that our hand's is gonna go away because it's too good right now. But we didn't want to use both earthen vessels just in case we get Ionoed, right? Just in case. And they start off the turn with an Iono. That was expected, but we start off with Kirlia off of that, and which is amazing because we can't exactly do anything with Gardevoir. One of our rare candies is on the bottom of the deck, so getting a Kirlia off of that Iono was really good, and a research was amazing. Especially we get Dark Energy back in hand. We know that we have 3 Dark Energies in the deck, 2 of which are in hand. One's going on a Monkey next turn. And then we have basically our entire turn played out for us. So they attach an energy on a Froakie. They can't do anything else because they're item locked. So we go ahead and attach basic energy to Munkidori, draw psychic energy, get to Kirlia here. We Artisan. We just take a look in the deck to see what we want to do. We have 1 bench slot open. We don't know what that one wants to be. It could be, we could go into Screamtail. We could go into Frillish to enable the infinite loop Frillish item lock. We could go into Screamtail to start taking out their bench. We have a bunch of options that we can do, right? So this allows us to research. We had another Psychic in the discard pile. We're losing a Counter Catcher, which kind of hurts, but we do have Screamtail and we do have different ways. And their main attacker, the Terra-type Greninja, is going to be in the active, which is what we want in the active anyways. So Counter Catcher may not be coming up in this matchup as much as it normally would. And then we always have Night Stretcher to grab the Dark Energy back. So that research does deliver us another Kirlia, which is great, and it delivers us our only Gardevoir. Our second Gardevoir's in prizes, but the second Kirlia here means that we can evolve the second Ralts into Kirlia, and if either of those get knocked out somehow by some miracle, then we still have a Kirlia down for a Gardevoir, so we're kind of chilling. They can't exactly get Greninja out this turn and get it powered up because they can't Rare Candy it. They haven't chosen to evolve or TM Evo this turn. So we do get another Monkey back. Night Stretcher guarantees us a Dark next turn as well. Research gets another Psychic Energy in the discard pile. Like, we're basically fully well set up here, even just going out of turn 2. We have incredibly good setups. So they're going to boss up here, Monkey, because they're going to try and delay us here. They don't know that we have Gardevoir in hand. So boss's orders means that we keep our hand. Means we just guaranteed Guardian the next hand. They Artisan, they get a Dunsparce down. They're obviously going to be looking to get the Dunsparce draw. The Dunsparce being 60 HP means that we can easily, now we have 2 monkeys active, power up Frillish for 3 energies, get 60 damage on it, push 60 over, take a knockout per turn, and remove their draw engine, which is great here for us. So we draw Earthen Vessel. We don't even need to use the Night Stretcher. We just Earthen Vessel, get rid of the Psychic Energy, grab a Dark Energy, put a monkey down. We have 2 monkeys down, put it down on the monkey. Now at this point, we've decided that this is probably the best time to have the double Frillish. We do not play Jellicent in this list. We don't play Jellicent. We just play double Frillish to take advantage of Oceanic Gloom, because that is the key behind this card being actually like incredibly good. It's a 20 damage item locking move that uses a Psychic Energy. With a 3 retreat cost means that we can load up Frillish for 60 damage into the active, move that 60 damage off of the active with 2 of our monkeys, just 2, we don't even need 3. 2 of our monkeys is enough to move over 60. Then the following turn, we retreat to the other Frillish that has 0 energy on it, attach up to 3 energies, 60 more damage, push the 60 over. We just have a battery between those 2 with Gardevoir. We just enables that combo very uniquely in this deck so that we constantly have that churning of damage pushed over and over and over again, while item locking our opponent, so they cannot counter catch us, they can't prime catch us, they can't use rare candies, can't use unfair stamps, they can't use secret box, they can't do anything like that. So very, very tough board state, very oppressive board state for our opponent to be able to come back from at that point. We end up taking a knockout because they put down the 60 HP to Dunsparce, or the 60 HP Dunsparce. Their Friggy in the active spot is going to have 60 damage out of 70 on it, so it's going to have 10 HP left. If they put down another Dunsparce the following turn, we're taking 2 prizes on that, and they can't do a darn thing about it. So another 20 damage. We get Arven off of that prize, which is even better for us. They draw a card and concede because this is basically turn 3 concession. They can't really do anything at this point. They're super duper locked. they can't get a board state set up, and we have a crazy strong facing board at the moment. So again, more points to just double Frillish. I'm kind of really enjoying where this is going here. I'm not gonna lie, because the ability of using this when Gardevoir is set up, and even like kind of leading up to getting Gardevoir set up, is very palatable. It's very, very good. Gives you the time to get Guardy set up. I mean, we've already seen Item Lock giving decks time to get set up in Dragapult, right? Giving decks time to get there with that extra little bit. And then getting your board state set up. So it plays very much like a Dragapult would in that sense. Something I'm not unfamiliar with. I do play a lot of Dragapult myself, so it's a very familiar territory in terms of the basic attacker item locking, setting up the damage on the board, and then swooping in and getting your board states exactly where you want it before you start playing. So obviously you don't want to play this into every matchup. Matchups that don't heavily rely on item lock, or that don't heavily rely on items, don't really fall to item lock. So things like Joltik Box wouldn't exactly do much into this. The late game Oceanic Gloom into something like Golden Go is actually pretty strong. Being able to stop them from using their superiors to get the energy back is actually pretty good. Saving your Bravery Charm for Frillish in that matchup means the Golden Go cannot just knock out Frillish with a Levincia. Has to have that extra energy. You can constantly hand disrupt them, constantly force them to have to play around that too. So that's pretty good applications for certain things right now. Doesn't really do much, I don't think, into stuff like Zoroark, and Zoroark can just basically ignore it largely, just by manually attaching, using supporters. Some of them use Janines to attach Dark Energy to the Zoroark and just completely ignore Frillish's item lock. So I think cards like Mimikyu would be much better into that matchup, but I think Frillish definitely helps out in quite a few of the more meta matchups that we're seeing right now, and definitely into Charizard, definitely into things like, well, the Greninja, now that we're seeing a little bit more of that as well. The cards that rely on Rare Candy, the Mirror Match, obviously, definitely very detrimental into Gardevoir as well. So pretty solid. I'm enjoying it.